If I could get everyone's attention, please. Everyone's attention, please. We're about to start our press conference now, right about now. I'll begin with a video that'll give people time to take their seats so they can take in all the great things we have to offer. This is a video that's a part of a series that we started years ago called Northwest Side Stories. Northwest Side Stories now is something that we use to tell the story of this Northwest Side-led campaign. So without further ado, check out this Northwest Side story and take your seats.
Hey everyone, I'm Delisha, a resident of Milwaukee's Northwest Side. If you've been following our journey, you know we're getting ready to launch our campaign Saturday, May 30th. We aren't just talking about food, we're talking about the heartbeat of our community. We've been mapping our assets and listening to your stories. And today, I want to share how those stories are turning into a powerful movement for change. When we started this, we asked a simple question. What does food mean to you? For many of us, it's about nostalgia. It's that feeling of safety and happiness when you sit down to a home-cooked meal with family. That is the standard we are fighting for. A Milwaukee where every resident feels that peace of mind. But to get there, we have to address the systematic barriers standing in our way. We have to be honest about food apartheid on the Northwest Side. It is a system that ignores our needs. It is undignified when our neighbors have to navigate multiple bus transfers or pay for expensive rides just to find fresh produce. It is undignified when our only nearby options are gas stations, food pantries, or uninvested grocery corporations. But it goes deeper than that. It is undignified that we police customers at grocery stores, viewing extreme security as more important than people's basic need to eat. We've heard the narrative that theft is why we don't have quality food, but a few dollars missing from billion-dollar corporations is no reason families should have to choose from scraps. It is undignified. The city doesn't invest in the success of our existing Asian and African markets, and that everyday people face constant barriers to starting their own markets or community gardens, despite the wealth of vacant land we could own and operate ourselves. Art believes in dignity and choice, and that means having quality food and the power to build our own food system. We're changing this through house parties, where neighbors share their vision for a better food system. We've also been taking your voices to the people in charge. We have met with city, county, and state representatives to advocate for Milwaukee's Fresh Food Access Fund. Our message to them is clear. We don't want temporary corporate fixes. We want long-term stability, local ownership, and nutritional education for our communities. To do this, we're demanding an additional $1 million investment into Milwaukee's Fresh Food Access Fund. As we prepare for our official launch on Saturday, May 30th, I have a question for you. What would a dignifying experience of accessing food look and feel like for you? We want you to lead with us. This movement needs more people and it needs resources. Here's how you can take action right now. Register. Click the link in our description to sign up for our May 30th launch and our other campaign actions this summer and fall. Donate. Support the residents like me leading this work. A gift of $25 supports our resident leaders, while $2,500 help us acquire the materials and do the months of work it will take to achieve our $1 million goal. The donation link is in the description. Let's make sure our food system finally reflects you, the heartbeat of Northwest Side. Visit our website at rmka.org for more information. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Shout out Delisha, our member leader on the campaign. Shout out King Keith's Productions in the building. Who put together such a great project. Let's get this started. Well, I'm Raisha Farmer. For those who don't know me, I'm the Community Program Manager at the African American Roundtable. My role is developing programs, leadership opportunities, opportunities to get active in the community, especially for Far Northwest Side residents. I want to welcome y'all to the Feed the Change MKE Launch Fair. We are launching, y'all. We are doing we hope you learned a lot today. We hope you enjoy yourselves and all the freebies and all the food. And as we like to say, we hope that you all are transformed in the service of this work. We hope that this work moves you to lead and to act and get involved. Shout out to the Greater Holy Temple Christian Academy for hosting us. Do make sure that after the conference you stop by their table and find out more about the garden club, the community garden they have, and all of the offerings here at the school. We are an organization that organizes, nurtures, and develops Black leaders to build power in service of Black liberation. Now, it wouldn't feel right to be a leadership development group and not invite some of our leaders up here to talk about the work that they've been a part of, so I'm not going to say too much. I'm really going to get out of your way. But I do want to say, this is a campaign that is a vision of residents, primarily on the far northwest side of Milwaukee. Think upwards of 76 and Capitol through 124th County Line Road, Brown Deer. This campaign is about building a localized food system that gives people agency, that gives people dignity, gives people choice, gives people health, and gives people safety. As an organization that builds power and develops Black leaders, as I said, and we do so intergenerationally, I would love to, like I said, get out of the way and make room for one of our eldest members and one of our longest standing members to talk about our work. Mrs. Shirley Tucker is a leader of Feed the Change MKE, and I'll invite her up to talk about the campaign. Now, Mrs. Shirley Tucker, come on over. And the cohort leaders, come stand, come with us. We have 2 or 3 other leaders, Delisha, who y'all know and seen her shining face, and Lolita.
You're probably going to hear a few things that you've already heard. However, we want to reinforce our campaign. I'm excited to be a long-term African American Roundtable volunteer, supporter, and member. I am a cohort leader of their Feed the Change Milwaukee campaign, along with these great women standing here alongside of me. Cohort leaders support art, and we're committed to making this campaign successful by hosting house parties within our neighborhoods to inform people about the campaign, make calls within the community, and we train Northwest Side residents to become leaders. Before I tell you about my experience with art, let me share with you who art is, their vision, their values, and their goal for the campaign. Art is a social justice organization housed on the far northwest side of Milwaukee. It is an assembly of partners led by and serving Milwaukee's Black community. Art is a transformative organization dedicated to the liberation of Black individuals through the power of organized, nurtured leadership. It fosters a safe and engaging environment where Black people can be their authentic selves and actively participate in systemic change. Art partners with other organizations throughout the city to address the needs of the Black community and push the city forward. Art is an organization that trains people to become leaders. Art is a joyful political home for Black people to thrive in liberated, interconnected communities. Art values community. Art is an intergenerational community. The youth, the 20s and up, and the elders learn from one another and grow together. Art develops leadership programs for youth and community members, and art regularly holds community events to educate and to inform the public. Art's goal is to help improve the lives of Northwest Side residents and to empower them to thrive. Prior to becoming an art member, I witnessed their commitment and engagement with the Black community. They gave a total of $40,000 to community groups that serve the Milwaukee area through community participatory budgeting. Art taught me about city budgeting. I had never attended a city meeting until a few years ago. I was in my own comfort zone and cocoon and never got involved in the city budget. However, I realized that residents must learn city budgeting. We must learn what is going on in our city. It is our responsibility to make sure that city officials are accountable to its residents. I watched as Art demanded that the city of Milwaukee listen to and respect the wishes of the residents. The city adjusted the budget of the police department so that other departments within the city would receive an equitable share of the city resources. If you do not voice your opinion, the mayor and the common council will assume that all is well. All is not well. Art taught me to get involved in the process and the advancement of my city. It is our city. I've lived in the city of Milwaukee for over 50 years, and 48 of those years have been on Milwaukee's far northwest side. We must show that we care and are concerned about the well-being of our city by showing up to city meetings and not allowing corporations to make decisions for us. Art scored a participatory budgeting win with the city of Milwaukee in 2024, in which the city agreed to set aside $600,000 from the ARPA funds to be distributed to poverty-stricken zip codes within the city. A committee made up of residents and alderpersons was formed, and that committee addresses the needs in specific neighborhoods and will decide how those funds will be distributed. Give a big, big shout out to the African American Roundtable. Change MKE is a grassroots campaign led by the African American Roundtable, which is focused on expanding equitable food access and investing in community-led food systems in Milwaukee. When Art relocated to the northwest side in 2021, it recognized a lack of resources on the far northwest side of Milwaukee. Art met with the community in the summer of 2024 to build trust and relationship, and from there they asked, "What are your greatest needs?" After a series of imagining and visioning sessions with the community that lasted over a number of months, the community unanimously responded with a long list of needs and their vision for a thriving community. Art, along with the community, decided to tackle the need that remained at the top of the list, and that was regarding a food shortage, specifically on the northwest side. There's a lack of healthy quality foods, a lack of carrying groceries in the neighborhood, unsanitary stores, store closings, a lack of fresh fruit and vegetables, and a lack of cultural foods from food pantries. Entire neighborhoods continue to experience the long-term impact of disinvestment, store closures, transportation barriers, and limited access to fresh, culturally relevant foods. This isn't a natural occurrence. This is by design, and it is something referred to as food apartheid. Art is fighting for the community that wants to strive, and they want stability. Feed the Change MKE recognizes that food justice is public safety work. When neighborhoods are empowered, resourced, connected, and invested in, people feel safer and communities thrive. Far too long, major decisions impacting Milwaukee's northwest side have been made without meaningful input from the people who live here. Food is a basic need, and when people's basic needs are met, they feel safe. When basic needs are not met, people do not feel safe. Good quality food nourishes the body. Food is necessary to live. When people have access to healthy quality foods, people are energized and can think better and produce quality work. If a person is hungry, it is difficult to function properly. Do you agree?
Yes.
Art and the Northwest Side residents decided to tackle this food shortage by designing a long-term plan that we believe will address food apartheid in the city of Milwaukee. The Northwest Side community is not asking for a handout. We demand to be invested in.
Yes.
We residents need the city of Milwaukee to help us to be safe. Real safety starts with meeting people's needs through their own visions of achieving safety. Feed the Change Milwaukee is a pathway to alleviate the food desert on the Northwest Side of Milwaukee. This work is about more than food. Food justice exists at the intersection of multiple movements and is connected to racial justice, economic justice, environmental justice, public health, housing, education, climate resilience, and community development. Food justice is about power, ownership, dignity, and community leadership. This campaign is not about waiting for outside solutions. It is about investing in people, organizations, and the neighborhoods already building on the future. We can save ourselves. Access to healthy, affordable food remains a daily challenge across the city of Milwaukee. Neighborhoods continue to experience the long-term impacts of disinvestment, food closures, transportation barriers, and limited access to fresh, culturally relevant food options. This is not a natural occurrence. This is by design, and this is referred to as apartheid. Investing in systems strengthen all of these areas simultaneously. The Northwest Side is not asking for charity. It is requesting community investment, and the return on that investment could be transformative. Milwaukee's Northwest Side deserves the same level of investment, care, and opportunity as every other part of this city. Healthy food should not be a privilege determined by zip code. It should be a right shared by every resident in the community. Our campaign is long-term. It is community-led, Black-led, rooted in neighborhood self-determination, focused on long-term food justice, built around resident leadership, investing in local food infrastructure, and focused on community ownership and sustainability. It is about dignity, ownership, investment, and ensuring the Northwest Side communities have the power to shape their own food systems. Feed the Change Milwaukee centers community leadership, local knowledge, and resident-driven decision-making. This campaign focuses on sustainability, community-led infrastructure, not temporary or short-term fixes. That includes local food businesses, urban agriculture, and community gardens, farmers markets, and resident-led investment strategies. Feed the Change Milwaukee supports models that build local wealth, neighborhood sustainability, and foods close to their home. No community should have to fight for basic food access. Do you agree?
Yes.
Feed the Change Milwaukee is community-led, not corporate-led. This campaign prioritizes leadership and local solutions over outside decision-making. The focus is on building within the community, building a community-rooted system designed by and for the residents. The work is about investment, not charity. Communities deserve long-term investment, again, and infrastructure. You will hear that word throughout this campaign. Feed the Milwaukee campaign calls for sustainable support that allows neighborhoods to thrive. This campaign believes that Milwaukee's Northwest Side deserves the same level of care, investment, and opportunity. We understand that Milwaukee County recently announced creating a food access plan where they will work with the city of Milwaukee. And I believe that plan is in the very early stages, so we do not have enough information about exactly what that will detail. Our Northwest Side demands the city of Milwaukee to invest $1 million into Milwaukee's healthy food establishment for the Northwest Side. This is for the Northwest Side. This is long overdue. This investment will support long-term, community-centered solutions rooted in dignity, sustainability, and local leadership. This investment is about building local sustainable infrastructure that allows us to grow healthier, stronger, and self-determined over time. We have a call to action. We are asking you to volunteer and support art in their endeavors. We need partners, organizations and businesses, artists, community groups. We invite you to come and collaborate with art in advancing food justice and neighborhood investment. Get involved. Contact the mayor. Contact your alderperson. Get to know your alderperson. Develop a relationship with your alderperson. Can we count on you?
Yes.
Can we count on you? When we win, we fight together. Thank you. And I am going to introduce, I believe, our next speaker, and that is Dr. Jones, who is the Executive Director of Victory Gardens Initiative.
Well, there's really nothing left for me to say. You said it all beautifully. I just want to thank you for allowing the Garden Initiative to be a part of this event and to be a part of this movement that is being built and growing. And what I can do is just tell you a little bit about the Garden Initiative. We're a sister neighborhood in the Harambe area. Victory Garden Initiative was founded in 2009. The mission was to build a sustainable food production system for all. That is to give everybody the opportunity, the resources to eat healthy, nutritious food. That there are a number of different components to that, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. Sustainability also includes generation. We need something that will last for the long run, just as you talked about. Something that is a structure in our communities, in our society. So when we started building garden beds across the city of Milwaukee. Gretchen Lee, who was the founder of the organization, and some friends decided that they wanted to, build garden beds. So that first day they launched the Great Milwaukee Garden Blitz. And they built 35 garden beds with backyards and churchyards and so on. Since that time, VGI has built over 7,800 garden beds across the state. In backyards, church yards, school yards, or for organization. Because when you give people resources, then they can learn how to feed themselves. Mm-hmm. They can grow their own food. And that's what we intended to do. The other component of that generational, sustainable garden food production system is education. So over the years, we've developed educational programs that help people learn, that teach people how to grow healthy food. And that's an important word, healthy food. Because right now in Harambe, Harambe is a food desert. There are no major grocery stores within the boundaries of Harambe. So people depend on corner stores and liquor stores and dollar stores, which does not provide healthy food. There's no fresh food in those establishments. So what we attempt to do is to provide the resources with some things like the Garden Blitz, but also educational programs. So we have what we call a New Grass Grow Food program for adults. This year we're partnering with the MLK Library on MLK and Locust, 4 sessions of introductory gardening for adults. We're having once a month. Look on our website and come and join us for that. Our farm manager, LaDonna Green, is just a marvel. There's nothing she doesn't know about gardening, and that's what we teach. But we also focus on the youth, because we're talking about generational change. So we focus on the youth, and we work with MPS. A number of schools are working now with Ginsland and Fratney in a chef in training program. So we teach the young people not only about nutritious food and eating healthy, but we teach them how to grow, but also how to prepare meals for that. In the summer, they come to the farm where we teach them more things about growing and tending gardens and things like that. All the folks with young people here, bring them over to the farm. We'll be happy to have them. We just started, and Eva's back there, a 4-H club for young people that focuses on gardening. So what we're doing here is trying to build a structure, a lasting structure that focuses on nutritious and healthy eating, and people taking power in their own hands. In addition to the programming that I just described, we also have an 1.5-acre urban farm. And we grow everything on that farm. It's called a youth farm. That means you come in and you get what you need. Everything we grow is organic, and everything we grow is free to the community. Tomatoes, potatoes, corn, carrots, cabbage, collard greens, and it's available to everybody who needs it. In connection with that, we have a farm stand on Friday afternoons. It's pay what you can. If you can't pay, take what you need. So because the idea is to make healthy food available to the people who need it the most. And the people in Harambe is about 11,000 population. No food, no supermarkets, food desert. And so access to healthy food is really, really important to that community. And that's why we are proud to be housed in Harambe. Just one story I'll tell you. We're having our 3rd annual block party on June 28th. Put it on your calendar. You're welcome to come. June 28th. It's our 3rd annual. When we had that first one, it was a great time. We had food galore. We had bouncy houses for the kids. We had a DJ, face painting, and the whole thing. And people in the neighborhood just came out. which was really, really important for us to connect with the neighbors, you know. And we've done, over the last several years, we've really made some progress doing that, connecting with the neighbors. You know, when you walk out of the building and people know your name and theirs, and you know, that's community. And that's what Victor Garden Initiative is also trying to build, that community. But one thing bothered us during that block party, we saw people coming back to the food table, back and back. And then we heard people say things like, I haven't eaten in days. This really drove home to us the problem of food insecurity. And just like the previous speaker said, when you have food insecurity in that way, it not only affects your physical health, it affects your mental health. You know, so we're dealing with a bigger problem with this. So one of the things we did, it was just before Thanksgiving, so we started our first annual Gather and Gobble, which is we gave away free turkeys. And in our community room, we built a big Thanksgiving dinner and set it up like a little cafe. And people came in and sat down and ate, and they left with a free turkey for Thanksgiving. So, small things that help the problem of food insecurity. But it is a bigger problem. Food insecurity is a structural problem. It is a problem by design in many instances. I'm wrapping it up. And I just want to wrap it up by saying, if a community, if a society cannot feed its people, it is a failed society. Initiatives like arts is a thing to address that as a problem. Thank you all.
All right, thank you again to all our great speakers. We have one more speaker, but before we do that, maybe I should start by introducing myself. If you don't know me, my name is Devin. I'm Arts Membership and Campaign Director. Look, I'll take the round of applause. I'm going to be introducing one of our youth. I'm going to get it right. I'm going to be introducing Sierra, our senior youth organizing fellow, in just a second. But beforehand, I just want to show a quick video that they created talking about, you know, all the grocery store closures and why we need access to food.
Y'all hungry?
Duh, boy, why wouldn't we be? We've been sitting here forever. I think there's a Pick and Save on 27th Street. Oh, when did this close? Well, this one closed. We can go to the one on 35th Street.
Well, I used to go to this store all the time. When did this close?
Okay, let's just go to the one on Chicago Road. All these stores in our community are closing.
The one on Silver Spring gotta be open.
The one on Ryan Road is our last hope, or we're gonna starve. This one closed too.
Cause they said we all stealing.
What? You don't even know what you're talking about. Man, they always got something negative to say. How we gonna eat?
That's just what it says on social media.
According to Patch.com, courts have blocked Giants, Kroger's, and Albertsons from going ahead with what they would have been the biggest grocery store merger in U.S. history. Now both companies are re-examining their footprints.
Kroger interim CEO Ron Sargent said in a June 20th conference call that the company will close 60 unprofitable stores nationwide over the next 18 months.
Kroger didn't disclose where the stores are located, but the United Food and Commercial Workers Labor Union and various news outlets have reported stores in Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, North Carolina, Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wisconsin alone.
Well, listen, I got another fact. According to Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, when Kroger announced last July it was closing 5 Pick and Save locations in southeast Wisconsin, the company offered little public explanation. Behind closed doors, though, Kroger said theft was a factor. Mayor Johnson told the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel in January.
According to 2023 city data of Milwaukee, it indicates that approximately 120,000 Milwaukee County residents live beyond a 1 mile full radius of a full-scale grocery store. While there are food pantries all over the greater Milwaukee area, most have limited hours and capacity.
So if y'all are mad like us and want to make a change around the food apartheid,
Come to our free Feed the Change campaign launch on May 30th.
At Greater Holy Temple Christian Academy.
there will be a free lunch, a press conference, family-friendly activities, and a giveaway. Visit ART's website to register and join.
And now I'd like to welcome Sierra, our senior youth organizer. Can I say that here with you? You got it?
Good afternoon, I am Sierra, our Senior Youth Organizing Fellow. As we stand here today organizing for change, I like to create emphasis as to why. If we research how many grocery stores and pharmacies have closed in Menominee Falls or Shorewood from 2025 until now, we are left with the daunting answer of none. Can you imagine the shift of thought that occurs once you realize that there is a 0-to-7 ratio between grocery store closings in the neighborhoods of your counterparts versus Milwaukee? Well, I can. It is difficult to say, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. Milwaukee residents have continuously been denied the ability to shop with dignity, to have quality food, and now to have a grocery store within a 2-mile radius of their home. For as long as I can remember, I could shop at Pick and Save on Silver Spring. That is, until it closed in summer of 2025, leaving myself and many others in a frenzy to find food, with us finding peace and knowing that there were other grocery stores in our neighborhoods, only to find that they have been closed too. What once was a 3-mile drive for food has now become 6. I was faced with the harsh reality that many residents, including some of the youth, believed that the stores were closing because of something related to us, whether that be theft or crime. After urging them to research, we saw from the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel that theft had decreased, leaving underlying discriminatory practices to be the baseline of the move. If we don't have a say on where the funds are allocated, we will continue to see the same disparities within our community. If there are no pharmacies, who will help our sick? If there is no food security, who will feed our young? Before dismissing our perspective, I'd like to leave you with a few questions. Are you left with fighting the same problem, and do you care enough to fight for change? We can't rely on big corporations. If we leave food access up to them, Black people will continue to be excluded from that process. That's why it's time for us to demand the leadership take responsibility and prioritize building a new food system. This begins with building and activating everyday people's power to achieve their food access visions. Join us, join the Feed to Change campaign as we pave the way for food security, healthy and dignified food options, and a community of leaders who will not back down.
Shout out to you. With that, I think we have a little chant that Patricia's going to lead before we wrap.